tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Browns going up against the Titans. With that, let's get up to Tennessee. We're standing by in Nashville, our Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
Ryan Suckup, the man tasked with getting this one started. And off we go from Nashville. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Hugh Jackson's Browns coming out on offense, led by quarterback Cody Kessler, and the Browns 0-4. But, boy, weeks 2, 3, and 4, they were right there, just haven't been able to get over the hump.
I think they're a team now that doesn't concern themselves with who's not there. So they're going to say, okay, let's get the ball to Gary Barnidge, our tight end. Let's make sure Isaiah Crowell touches the ball. Duke Johnson touches the ball. Let's see if they can fashion some big plays and try and get them in the win column.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Now the third-year man from Alabama State, Isaiah Crowell. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. We're back to Nashville right after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Kessler, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Mariota now to throw on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here, Mariota. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley. A scoreless first half, and now we're set for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A first down throw for Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So these two teams will take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium as we're through 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. We focus our attention on the Titans defense now. They've played a great game. This has been a great game. It's tied. They're just hoping to push this one to OT.
This has been fun, hasn't it, partner? This feels like one of those well-pitched baseball games. Low scoring, and will one play make the difference? And where's it going to come from? Right now, they're hoping that it doesn't happen, and they can just get this game to OT.
Yeah, I mentioned they're hoping to get it to OT. They'd take a turnover as well. Kessler. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
Illegal touching, offense.
So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing now is Kessler. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Kessler to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Here's Mariani. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns defense getting ready. They're working here with a tie game. The question here I'd like to ask is, how aggressive do you play this defensively?
You just want to make sure that you don't give up the play that beats you. I mean, it's that's really your line of aggressiveness. Play it straight, make sure tackles, do what you have to do, but don't give up something big that all of a sudden you look at the scoreboard and say, we blew a golden opportunity.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind OT. I wouldn't complain.
I wouldn't complain either. Just make sure you call the producer and tell him to cancel our table for dinner tonight.
Will do. Mariota. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he's brought down after a good game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Murray. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. On now is Ryan Succop for the field goal try. His first attempt of the... Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. On now is Ryan Succop for the field goal try. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends. And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me. Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. One last shot for Kessler. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.